Hi, I'm Kathy Sokolic, Principal Realtor with the Mueller Residential Group here in Austin, Texas. If you are thinking about selling your home in the spring of 2026, we need to have heart-to-heart. Not a pep talk, not a sales pitch, but this is going to be a real conversation about what is actually happening in the Austin market right now. What buyers expect when they walk through a door, and what you can do starting today to set yourself up for a successful sale. Because here's what I keep seeing. Sellers who are operating on 2022 assumptions in a 2026 market, and it's costing them time, money, and a lot of unnecessary stress. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about where the Austin market actually is right now, because there's a lot of noise out there and I want to cut right through it. Austin is not in a free fall. It is not crashing, but it is also not the frenzied, wave everything, over asking market of 2021 and 2022. What we are in right now is something that requires more strategy, more preparation, more intention. Here are the numbers that matter for sellers. As of March 2026, there are roughly 13,500 active residential listings in the metro. Homes are spending an average of 89 to 91 days on the market. That is the longest average since 2011. And nearly half of all active listings have already had at least one price reduction. Nearly half. Now, before that scares you off, here is what those averages do not tell you. They include a lot of overpriced and underprepared homes that are dragging the numbers upward. Well-priced, well-presented homes in desirable neighborhoods are still moving. Inside Austin's own city limits, demand is actually outpacing supply faster than the broader metro. The sorting has already started. The sellers who are winning right now are not the ones waiting for conditions to improve. They are the ones who understand conditions and are showing up prepared. And timing really matters more than you think. Spring is the best time to sell a home in Central Texas. That is not an opinion. The data backs it up year after year. March through June brings the highest buyer activity of the year. That's very common in Austin. Relocation timelines accelerate, families want to move before the school year starts, and honestly, homes just show better with more daylight and blooming landscaping, before it gets all brown. But here is what people get wrong about spring listings. They think the work starts in April. It does not. The work starts now. The best sellers I have worked with follow a 4 to 6 month preparation timeline. 6 months out, they are walking the property and getting contractor quotes. 4 months out, they're completing repairs. A lot of times there's all these little things you just never got around to. 3 months out, they have a stager, a photographer lined up. 2 months out, they're finalizing the pricing strategy. 1 month out, they're ready. Then we go live. If you wait until April to start thinking about what needs to be fixed or updated, you have already missed the front of the season. And you are about to compete against a wave of new listings from sellers who started preparing months ago. Timing your listing correctly is not just about picking the right week to go live. It is about showing up ready before the season peaks. Let's talk about staging. And I'm about to be just pretty direct about staging. Staging is not cleaning your kitchen. It is not hiding the laundry. Professional staging is a financial strategy, and the numbers truly support it. Staged homes do sell 73 to 88% faster than unstaged homes typically, and they usually sell for more. On a $500,000 home, proper staging can translate to a $600,000 sale. If you spend $5,000 on professional staging, you are potentially generating a 20 times return on that investment. Think about that for a second. Here is what staging actually does. It helps buyers see the potential in the space rather than your personal belongings. It makes rooms feel larger. The stagers pick pieces that are very specific to each area, and it defines each room's purpose clearly. And it creates the kind of emotional connection that turns a buyer browsing Zillow into someone who calls their agent the next morning for a showing. Buyers in Austin right now, right? They have over 13,000 other active listings to look at. When they're scrolling through those photos, you have about 2 seconds to make them stop. If your listing photos do that, that's great, but if they do not, they just keep on scrolling. Professional staging and professional photography are not upgrades in this market. They are baseline. So let's talk about what buyers are actually looking for in 2026. I'll give you a window into what they're thinking when they walk through your home. These are not the same buyers from 2021 who were waiving inspections sight unseen. Today's buyers have done their research. They are coming in with data, with questions, and with a willingness to negotiate that was just not present a few years ago. And they are paying close attention. The number one thing buyers ask about in Central Texas right now is the HVAC system. Running air conditioning through an Austin summer on a system that is 18 to 20 years old is a known and expensive problem. You know what? Buyers know it too. So here's my advice. Get a pre-listing inspection. Service those big appliances. Know the age and condition of your system before a buyer's inspector finds out and tells you. If your HVAC is under 10 years old or was recently serviced, display that information. Leave the service paperwork on the counter. Buyers notice this stuff. If your system is old and you know it needs attention, either price accordingly or be prepared for a negotiated replacement. Beyond the HVAC, buyers are looking at curb appeal, at whether the rooms feel intentional or cluttered, at whether the home has been maintained. Upgraded house numbers, a freshly painted front door, tidy landscaping. These little things signal really showing intention that buyers will know that the rest of the home has been cared for. Smart thermostats, keypad locks, and video doorbells are baseline expectations now. If you have them, make sure they work. These details do not close deals on their own, but the present or the absence gets them noticed. In outdoor living spaces, Austin buyers are really looking for year-round livability outside. People are weird here with their patios. A staged patio with some furniture and lighting, even simple elements, signals a lifestyle. It helps buyers imagine themselves in the home. All right, so let's talk about pricing. I'm going to spend a minute on it because it is the single most common mistake sellers make in this market, and it is the one that costs them the most. The first 14 days your home is on the market are the most valuable days you will have. Buyers who are actively searching see the new listings the moment they hit the MLS. That first rush of attention is your best shot at getting a strong offer. If you price too high, you burn through the most motivated buyers in that buyer pool. Days on market start to accumulate, and days on market become their own red flag. Buyers start asking, well, what's wrong with it? And then you are chasing the market down through price reductions, which is exactly the position you do not want to be in from the beginning. So let's look at the data. As mentioned, nearly half of all active Austin listings have already had at least one price reduction. Those are the sellers who just started too high. Sellers who price correctly from day one sell faster and for more money. It's just not a theory, it is what the closed sales data shows. One important note for Texas sellers specifically, we are a non-disclosure state. That means that the automated valuation tools like Zestimates are working with very incomplete data. They can be off by a meaningful amount in either direction. Do not price your home based on a Zestimate. Get a real comparative market analysis from an agent who is actively working comparables in your specific neighborhood. That is what an accurate picture of your home's value truly looks like. So let's put it all together, because I would like to leave you with something actionable. Selling well in Austin in 2026 comes down to 4 things. Number 1, start preparing now, not in April. If you are thinking about a spring listing, the prep window is open right now, and it will close faster than expected. Number 2, invest in staging and photography. This is not the place to cut corners, y'all. The upside is real and the cost is modest relative to what it can return. Number 3, know your home before buyers do. You can get a pre-listing inspection, address your HVAC, and any obvious deferred maintenance. Remove those little surprises before they become negotiating leverage for the buyer. Number 4, price it right from day one. Work with an agent who knows your specific neighborhood and can give you a real picture of what comparable homes have actually closed for, not what they are listed at. Austin still has strong long-term fundamentals. People are still relocating here. The job market is still relatively healthy, and there are qualified buyers in the market right now who are ready to purchase. They're just more selective than they were a few years ago. That paint color is going to matter. Give them a reason to choose your home. If you're thinking about selling this spring, the question I would encourage you to ask yourself is not, should I sell? It is, am I prepared to sell well? Those are very different questions, and the answer to the second one starts today. If you want to talk through your specific situation, I'm happy to sit down with you, walk through the numbers for your home, and help you build a plan. No pressure, just a real conversation about what makes sense for you. You can call or text me at 512-809-3497 or email at kathy.sokolic@compass.com. And if you found this helpful, please like this video and smash that subscribe button. I put out videos like this regularly covering the Austin market, the home buying and selling process, and everything in between. Thanks for listening, y'all. Stay tuned for the next Real Estate Heart to Heart.